hello and welcome to the 2022 UBC, the Ultimate Bowls Championship. Lawn bowls like you have never seen it before. We're at the magnificent Club Dandenong, about 35 minutes south of the Melbourne CBD. After a 2-year break, it is just brilliant to be back at the UBC. 22 teams competing for almost $500,000 in prize money. 3 events in this tournament, each event spread over 2 days. This is truly a one-of-a-kind bowls event, a unique set of rules, unique way of scoring. You've never seen bowls like this. This is the UBC. To this point, the preliminary finals, Geelong beating the Cyclones, then Exodus, who had got themselves a reprieve in the preliminaries, finishing on top of their section. Geelong too good for them, as they were too good for the North Queensland Roos, and then Dandenong beating the Weeper Crocs. They dominated Deer Park, and then they were too good for the Colts. What's impressed you about both of these teams, Greenie?
I think just pure consistency. You know, they've been the most consistent 2 teams. Not so much during the sectional play, but once the finals have hit and when it's do or die, they've just been really consistent. They've backed each other up. The skips have played the big bowls, but the leads, more importantly, the leads have just been setting things up. And they've been making a big difference themselves by getting the touches and the lead crossover points and really getting the ball rolling to start with.
Tip of the cap to the young Colts, though, it must be said. You're coming up against a guy that said Gary Kelly, who's a bronze medalist at the Com Games in Delhi in 2010. He's won gold at World Cup singles, at Atlantic Bowls Championships in the pairs, in British Isles Championships as well. And then Barry Lester, we know his pedigree. I mean, how many times has he represented Australia? I think it's about 160. He's a 3-time Commonwealth Games medalist. So they come up against an elite pairing, but really did hold themselves in good order. They performed well. They kept themselves in the contest and should be proud of what they've done. And they'll be one to watch for the next 2 events after this.
Well, absolutely, because this is their first event together.
Yeah.
Look, they're a young team, an energetic team, and they would have played a lot of bowls together, but not the UBC itself and the format. And it is a unique format, but it suits those guys who are willing to play a shot. Look, should be proud. They will be happy with that. You know, at the end of the day, if someone said to them, event 1, okay, you're going to make it to the semi-finals, I'm sure they would have taken that. And not only that, they'll be happy with the 15,000.
Absolutely. And what about the team that they're going to come up against? The Geelong Clippers. Harley McDonald is really impressing a lot of the experts we've had come through, sitting between us in our special comments position. It's great access that we're getting, so a lot of the non-playing players are rotating through to lend their expertise and cast their eye over the games that you and I are calling, Greenie, and all of them that have come through have just said how impressive has Harley McDonald been, and he's playing with a guy that's just done it time and time again over a pretty illustrious bowls career. 2018 Australian National Bowls Champion, 2019 Oz Open, Ray Pearce, 4-time Asia Pacific medalist.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's going to be a great final. And as you said, with the players who have been joining us up here in the box, it is great to see because they're the ones playing against them on the greens too. So they're really getting first-hand footage of them throughout the sectional play and on different rinks when might be doing a couple of different things. But yeah, it's going to be good to see Geelong Clippers up against a Dandenong club. We know who the home club's going to be going for, but I reckon there'll still be plenty of support because they're 3 likeable guys and much well-respected players representing Geelong.
So let's get into this grand final. Both teams are set and ready after a little breather. Event 1 of this 3-event UBC Ultimate Bowls Championship Tournament. It's been a great journey to get to the first final so far, and being good enough to jump in and join us in commentary is Aaron Sheriff from the Exodus team, one of the teams that Geelong beat on their way through. Great to have you, Aaron, and we'll get your thoughts in just a moment as we welcome our 2 teams. Let's start with Geelong, the pairing of Harley McDonald and Ray Pearce. Greenie.
Yeah, speaking of Ray Pearce, there he is on screen, and just the way he's skipped, you know, nothing's overawed him. Nathan Bush, he's obviously been the support for the side on the sidelines, but he did the work during the sectional play. Harley McDonald, a good friend of Aaron Sheriff's who's joined us in commentary, and he has been outstanding leading up. And it's good to see him right in front of the picture right there because it's all going to be about the platform he can provide and what his battle is going to be with Barry Lester.
And here are the boys. Ray Pearce in the hoodie, Harley McDonald, the bearded one. And the home team, we should expect a pretty raucous round of applause for the Dandenong Club. Tell us a little bit more about this pair, Gary Kelly and Barry Lester.
Yeah, hometown favourites, the skip of the side, Gary Kelly. No introduction needed, nor for this man, Barry Lester. That's his spot leading up. And there's Coach Turley. Old Wayne Turley, 2006 Commonwealth Games gold medalist. He'll be on the sideline providing tactical support. Barry Lester, Harley McDonald. That's the matchup for me. I think whoever wins that is going to go a long way to taking home the $40,000 winner's check.
As they take to the arena. So this has got all the hallmarks of a very, very thrilling matchup. Aaron Sheriff, I'd love to get your thoughts on these two teams. And why don't I turn you on first?
Thank you.
Sorry, mate. There you go.
No worries. Cheers. Yeah, no, I'm with Chris. I think the battle will be won at lead. Harley's been outstanding throughout the event. And obviously Snelly's a lead for Australia for a reason. So, yeah, I think whoever gets hold of that battle will definitely, I think they'll be the ones to take out the title.
Harley McDonald's been turning some heads. Everyone that sat in your chair has been talking him up. It's been a real chance for him to show his wares against some of the best that Australia has to offer and some of the best in the world.
I think with his confidence too, the support with the players he's with, and also the third player in his team, someone like Bushy, you just can't feel good when you're around someone like Bushy.
Yeah.
He's always there to pump you up, give you support if you are feeling down. If you might have played a bad game or a bad bowl, he'll be there to support you, and your next one's going to be a good one. It's always going to be good in Bushy's books.
And that's the thing with this format, you know, you're going to go through ups and downs. So it's, you know, being a part of a nice positive team, you know, and the three of you gelling well is massive in this.
So second bowl for Barry Lester.
A bit under the line again.
Yeah, that's just a bit narrow.
Speed's good.
As well from Baz, who was the Bowls Australia Male Bowler of the Year in 16-17, and he won the Australian Open in the pairs in 2017.
I think male model in 2016
Is that
as
right?
well. Yeah.
Or is that just on his Instagram?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Sure.
No, yeah, I'm interested to see how the change of bowls goes. You know, Barry and Gary just finished the game with their blue bowls, and they've got to come out and play with the orange bowls. So, you know, there are some slight differences in the colours. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this pans out.
What mainly?
Oh, just a little bit of line, you know.
Yep.
You know, the manufacturers do a phenomenal job to get the bowls as consistent as they can, but obviously there are, you know, with the different weights and that in different colours, you know, there are variances. So, you know, that's one of the big things in the UBC with the two colours that you've got to do.
Another 3 points for Geelong. Lead shot halfway through the first end. So the scoring, if you're just joining us for the first time, great to have your company. This is the final of the first event of the 3-event UBC tournament. The first shot is worth 10 points, but the lead shot halfway through after the lead bowlers have bowled their first 3 deliveries is worth 3 points. And a touch is worth 3 as well. 5 points for second shot, which is exactly where
Another touch up.
Ray Pearce puts his. They've got first and second, another toucher. So early 9-0 lead for Geelong.
I just remembered too that the hoodie that Ray's is wearing is actually mine. I lent it to him yesterday when he was cold. Tell you what, the rental price of that has just skyrocketed through the roof.
Well, especially if they get the 40K.
That's it, $40,000 for the winning team, $20,000 for the second place team. So a fair bit of cash up for grabs. High stakes in the first final of the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
Very uncharacteristic missing by that much for Gazza. But pushes their bowls back into good areas.
So if they attack that front arm, push that jack back, then they've got the weight of numbers out the back.
Yeah, there is one of Harley's there a little bit further back. So, I mean, the beauty of that, even though the lead Harley is probably not got as close as he wanted, but the fact that he's past the jack, it makes Gary play perfect weight now, because if he overplays the shot, have a look at the razor.
Speaking of perfect weight.
Wowee.
First, second and third, they've already got 9 points for 2 touches.
This will be big weight. Here he goes. How's he going? He's eyeing it off.
Wow.
Oh, and he's got a lot of his own.
Yep. So some early jitters for Dandenong Club.
And that's massive too, that blue bowl stand sitting up on the back of the rink there. It was close to going out of bounds, but it stayed on. So, that gives Geelong just that little bit extra protection down the back.
What does he draw here? 4th or 5th shot? Just try and get.
Yeah,
'cause he can get all 3.
Yeah, I think the idea is maybe like Harley's calling, just to get somewhere in between those 2 orange bowls. If he does fall inside that one, it's a good thing, because the 3 bowls can go clean.
Yeah.
So there's no point. They've already got the back covered. It'd be silly to go too far back, but if you can sort of,
Yeah, well, that's pretty
which
much
he's done.
perfect there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5th shot.
That's a good shot. So Gaz will be flying at this again, hopefully getting the 3 bowls neat.
They have jumped out of the blocks here, Geelong. 9 points early. Here's Gary
Yeah,
Kelly.
he's
It's a big
chasing it again.
moment.
No, he's killed it off. That's
I think that's one of Razor's touches
pretty-
that's gone through as well, though.
So this will be interesting.
Hope-
They're going to adjudicate on this. So he was able to clear the path.
It's hard to tell off the angles, but I think he's only 1 down. So blue, orange, orange, I think.
So that could have been a lot worse. They end up getting 2nd and 3rd, so they actually get some points on the board. Dandenong, they were staring down the barrel of conceding 27 points in the opening end, but it's now 19-8, and that's a lot more manageable, Greenie.
And again, talking about confidence, a hit like that for Gary early in the game, that's going to build his confidence up huge.
That blew me away there. I thought that back one was a toucher.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's got the side bowl there through the jack.
Yeah. Sometimes the angles are a little bit funny to tell.
Yeah.
Another good start, Harley.
Either way, it's a very impressive start from the Geelong Clippers and a good sort of bounce back by Dandenong with that last bowl. As we see in the background there, there's the winner's check. 40,000.
As he's just trying to give this a hurry up.
Oh, he's well there.
Just
He needs
needs
to get
to
down
woo
for a
up.
bit of jack.
Oh, hasn't quite got the toucher.
I think that's the big thing for the leads. Like, as I touched on when I commentated earlier, every bowl's got a 3-shot value. So falling short of the jack basically wipes 3 shots out straight away. So these guys, they're consistently giving their bowls a chance. They're passing jacks. And there's Harley another 3 points.
Geez, he's in really nice nick, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, he still might be down at the moment, but he's drawn a nice little toucher. It's 3 points. It extends their lead to 14, and it's set it up for his next one to be confident again to try and get that 3-point crossover.
And he's just asking a question of Barry Lester, isn't he?
Yeah, and good on him. You know, why not? Young guy out there playing against one of the best. Rip in, have fun.
No
And-
fear, Harley.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, there is 20,000 to lose, but there's nothing to lose. You know what I mean? Like, you're in a final. Go out, have fun. There's 2 more events to come. You made the final of the first one. It's a great start. So go out, enjoy it, play your best, and be aggressive at it.
So they've still got lead shot at the moment, Dandenong. This is
It's close again.
the final one for Harley's.
Off the edge here.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
just deft touch.
I think he might have got the shot there.
I think you're right.
Yep, he has.
Speaking of Harley's touches too, if for the golden touch, if it included finals, I think he would have snatched it.
Yeah.
Because he finished in the top 10.
Yeah.
But if it included finals, so for the people when we do the presentations following this final and the winner is announced, that is for sectional matches only.
Barry chasing this one down. Does it have the legs? Does it have the legs? It doesn't.
He'd
So-
be disappointed with that.
It's happened a couple of times actually. Baz's last bowl heading that direction where he has he's fallen sort of that foot to 2 feet short.
Yep.
And he sort of had a bit of a free will there to be 6 foot, 8 foot through. You know, if he gets the bowl off, even without a toucher, he gets the crossover. If he gets the jack, and you know that's 6 points. So, yeah, he would be disappointed with that.
So early 17-point lead. They really had to get a good start, didn't they? You felt Geelong, just the way that Dandenong had been playing over their last couple of finals. You thought that if Geelong are going to have a chance to win this, get an early lead.
Another good shot. He's in for 2 there, I think. Yeah,
Right.
no, definitely. You know, Dandenong have only just finished their semi-final. Not, you know, less than 10 minutes after that, they're straight into the final. So they've got a feel for the rink. So for Geelong to come out and start the way they have and knock up that 17-point lead already, holding two shots at the moment, it's they couldn't have imagined a better start.
Gary Kelly here looking to throw a cat amongst the pigeons. He may have got themselves a second shot, but he's created a little opening there too, Aaron.
Yeah, absolutely. Wayne Turley sitting on the bench as usual.
As I
Eh?
want to ask
I've
you,
never seen anybody make more money in bowls than Turl sitting on a bench, I'll tell you. He's loving this UBC.
So is that the definition of work smart, not hard?
Yeah, very, very much so.
I'll ask you a question as what were your thoughts on, so it's a reward for the top two to go straight through the quarterfinals, but it is a bit of a catch-22 where you're having time off. You can go and roll up on the spare rinks, but you've got a lot of time off, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, the four, we want to see as much bowls as we can on on streams and all that sort of stuff. But I just think that obviously finishing top two, there should be an advantage to that. And the guys who finished third, fourth, fifth, and sixth have had an extra game on the TV ring. So yeah, I mean, obviously we want to see as much bowls as possible. But the other rinks outside are, there's no substitution for actually being on that rink and playing on it, that's for sure.
And it hasn't phased that man on screen at all, has it? Harley McDonald, he's in fact risen to it.
Yeah, oh, no doubt. Yeah, the two teams that have probably played the most consistent and the best bowls tonight are playing in the final, and there's no doubt about that.
Well, once again, guys, here we go. It's the last bowl from Gary Kelly, and Geelong 25-8 leaders, and they're holding a shot and second shot. Big bowl coming up here.
Nice, confident runner through the backhand, hoping there's a lot of orange bowls there, hoping for a good result.
Keep this in touch. This is
Has he got it
online.
right?
He may
Blue, orange, blue, I think.
Yeah, he gets second shot out of it, and that'll be it. So
Geez, it looked online. Was it just not enough weight behind it, or
Probably just, I think the weight was good. I think it was just probably a bowl under.
so back-to-back 19-point ends for Geelong to start things off. So this third end is make or break. You get the feeling for Dandenong.
Another great start from Harley.
Yeah, he'd rather be out there playing than coaching.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Needs a big end here, Barry Lester. Harley McDonald throwing down the gauntlet to the very well credentialed Jackaroo. And he's just pushed that one out the back. Aaron Sheriff. He was just laser in the preceding two finals, Greenie, and Paz's radar's just off a little bit at the moment.
I think the couple of short ones early in the game have forced him to just play that extra little bit of weight, and hence he was a little bit wide and a little bit heavy. So yeah, probably within himself just trying to get that that flow again, and he had his radar on in the semi-final and even the quarter-final. He was awesome. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a nice confident delivery, and just got past the Jack a bit.
Does he get this inside? No.
But as we know with Baz, it just takes one bowl, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
And there's probably not much he hasn't seen over his career too, so I don't think he'll get rattled by what's unfolding.
No,
He'll know the situation.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a big stage, but at this level, all the guys are prepared for finals like this. It's all these guys have played enormous games throughout their whole career, so they're not going to be overawed by it. As Harley, the youngest and probably the most inexperienced guy in this final, has proven that that he's up to the challenge. So
He's dialed in, isn't he?
yeah, absolutely. And Snelly he won't be looking to change too much here, because whether you drop 1, 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. It's still only 3 on the crossover. But Barry here, if he can play nice weight and get the jack, he gets 3 points for that, and then hopefully get the jack back to his back ones for an extra 3 points on the crossover.
So he's put a little extra on this. This
He's
is on
looking
mine
at it.
too. This is really staring it down. Oh, he still might not have got shot.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Just a little quick, probably.
Did just about everything right other than stay on shot. So an extra 3 points to Geelong, and they stretch their lead now, 41-13.
Well, big back half of this end coming up. We're at the halfway mark now. 2.5 ends have been played. 41-13, Geelong in front.
28 points.
What's the magic number, Bubbles?
70.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's another great shot raiser. So if he can snag a toucher here and get the ultimate in, they're almost at 70. It'd nearly be game over.
Yeah.
So it's a huge 3 bowls here.
Yeah, they're dominating at the moment, Geelong. Can Gary Kelly break their rhythm?
A little frisky. Another one in a good area though. 3-1 just past the jack there. So, I think he'll be still looking to play that nice consistent way with his next one unless Razor changes it to try and get that jack.
So Geelong with first and second at the minute. Ray Pearce is... We've probably been talking a lot, Greenie, about the consistency of Harley McDonald, but Ray Pearce has been the one that's come up big when something big was required.
Oh, yeah, he's played a number of big conversions that have kept them in matches. And then on the back of that, Harley's stepped it up another notch. And that's where they've got a lot of their wins from in these finals.
We probably got a little bit lucky against you guys when you got the edge of that jack. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
full.
I really couldn't see from the angle where I was standing, but there was not a lot of jack visible.
Yep.
And I thought, he played the runner and maybe backhand, I thought, but when he played the forehand, I thought he needed contact on his bowls through ours to get the result. So when he missed the front bowl and to see the jack fly out, I was a little bit surprised by that. But he's in the air and played a good shot.
It's easy to say now, but I think that game between Exodus and Geelong, that was going to go a long way to deciding really a finalist or the winner, like two really consistent sides.
It was a marquee matchup. So too is this. Not quite living up to the billing yet, but if he can land one here, Gary Kelly, I think he's liking this. Crowd liking this.
He needs some jack. Oh,
He just needs a bit of luck, and they're not finding it.
Wow, that was stiff. A little bit more of the bowl, a little bit of the jack.
The smiles have turned to angst.
So after 3 ends, this is looking ominous for Dandenong and looking very, very assured from Geelong, 54-18.
What is it, 36? So I think Baz is going to have to light it up the next couple ends. He's going to need at least a toucher every end and the crossover just to give him that little extra.
Well, that's
extra
the thing.
sniff.
36, that's 2 ultimate ends.
Yeah.
You've only got 2 ends to go. You have obviously got the other opportunities for scoring.
Harley's just drawn another toucher. There you go.
It almost closes the door, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What a performance this has been from Harley McDonald. Star on the rise. Coming up big in a big final. Barry Lester's done it before. Can he do it again?
Well, we were talking earlier as if you got the ultimate and you scored 39 points, and we were talking about a $100,000 bounty, your suggestion.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost getting to the stage where Dan and I are going to have to do it, and what they'll be rewarded with is a $40,000 bounty.
Well, I think they're going to have to turn the tables pretty quickly here. I think if Geelong if they get shot, maybe second or third shot, we might even see him shake hands with the score the way it is.
It'd be extraordinary to do it inside 4, wouldn't it? Dandenong won their semi in 4.
Is Bazza up for a touch? No, he's just getting away again.
Time of the banks closed down here. They might be taking that check and cashing it in.
It's been an almost game, and you to see Baz there, it's just fractional.
It is, yeah. He's been not far off the mark, but he's just missed high and under the jack, and Harley, anytime he gets near the jack, Harley just seems to draw to get the jack.
Look
so
at this.
There we go.
He's
Just at it again.
stalking this one, deliberate stride down after it. I won't say it was quite Conor McGregor, but there was a real swagger as he went after that. He knew it was on line, and he gets another toucher.
So they're out to 42 points now. If Bazza can't get the shot, then it's out to 43 with the crossover. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit ugly.
42 points in the final. This is the Event 1 final. 3 events in the UBC. Each event played out over 2 days.
He's looking at it, Bazza. What's he got? He's just under it again, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just narrow.
Gaz is going to need a miracle here, I think. he's capable of it.
It's the first time he's come down from end to end without a big beaming smile on his face, Gary Kelly.
So what, say a toucher and the ultimate end, if he can snag 3, that's 21. Gets him to 39. It's still a big ask, isn't it?
And the hard thing about doing all these scores and adding them up for Dandenong is we know what Geelong are capable of drawing more touches.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the beauty of Harley's performance is that what has it been? Say 5 touches.
Yeah.
So there's 15 points plus the crossovers. So I mean, just his lead battle alone. And as we said at the start of the game, that the lead battle was going to be what decided it, and Harley's probably won 3 of the 4 ends and got 5 touches. So I mean, there's 21 points to 3 there, right there. So it's been huge. Guess he's got in for shot there. It's close to it.
It's a 45-point margin. It's been a dominant display from Geelong. Ray Pearce, another one on the money, little heavy. Gee, it was not far away from another toucher.
Yeah, you see here Barry there saying toucher, mate. So Gazza, you know, he's going to need at least 1 toucher with these next 2 bowls, and to make all 3 bowls count, just to give him a sniff in the last end.
Needs to get legs. He's demanding that it push on. Oh, so short. So there's a real hush that's fallen over Club Dandenong as the home team is 45 points adrift of a Geelong side who have been so consistent. Ray Pearce trying to nudge another one into the frame. They've got second shot at the moment. Dandenong with first and third.
They're looking at all sorts of different angles here.
Yeah,
and how they
So what's the play? Do you
They've got to try and get back into that pack at an angle.
do you throw the grenade or do you try and drop something on a dime?
Yeah, unfortunately you've got to be fairly. It's quite an acute sort of shot, this one. I think he's trying to get rid of as many of theirs with keeping all of theirs in there if possible. So
Tough ask, isn't it?
yeah, I think that's.
I think that's shake hands, boys. I think that will be
So
it.
we await to see whether that will be it in the first event final. And anticipation falls over Club Dandenong as we're having a look at ball position. The measure's going to come out. At the moment, the lead's 45 points. Aaron Sheriff, do you think this is well done, well played?
Could be. I think if they happen to get well, they've already got first shot to Dandenong. Depends on who's second and who's third here as to whether they continue.
Interesting that neither of these two teams are top 2 place getters in their sections. They had to go the long way,
Yep.
play themselves into form,
Yeah.
and they've made a final, and now we're just waiting to see whether this will be wrapped up in 4.
Yeah, and as I say, that extra game on the TV rink has probably worked in their favour.
So we're just getting an official ruling here. What's the number, do you think?
Well, I think the blue one's needs to be that blue one needs to be taken out. Yeah, so it's a measure between these two. So that's 10 orange, 5 blue already. So that's 28 to 68. So that's 40. So even if Dandenong get this, they're still 37 behind.
Yeah, you need a lot of touches and you need the ultimate end.
Yeah.
You basically have to be
I mean,
kissing Jack every time.
Mathematically, it's a possibility, but whether the
realistically,
whether the boys just say, look, you know, too good, well done, you deserve it, that's it.
Is there anything in how they've bowled that end that would have them thinking, well, if we went one more, probably
No.
not?
I think the fact that Harley drawn a toucher there again and really hasn't shown any sign of faltering whatsoever throughout the game. I think, yeah,
geez,
it's going to be a tall
It's
ask.
been almost a faultless performance from Harley McDonald.
Yeah.
They took him in the draft, so they showed a lot of faith with him. Nathan Bush has been in here saying that it's more important for him that Harley's out there than it is for him to be out there playing. He said, I know where I'm at in my career and what I will and won't be doing in it. He said, but this is a big chance for Harley to put his name up in lights. Vinnie Jones is out and about speaking to the who's who of this tournament from the NCE Raptors. He's got Dean O'Neill. Benny, hello.
Hello, Sam. I do have young Dean, one of the emerging superstars of this particular sport, who's been good enough to join us. Dean, thanks for your time here on the coverage. Obviously, for your team, well, your first time here at this event, so a learning experience for you. Just fell short of qualifying in that top 6, but how have you enjoyed your experience so far?
It's been fantastic, just for the whole team and everything, just to be able to mix it amongst, some of the best players throughout not just Australia but the world. It's a good challenge for us, good learning experience, and just, give it a good crack, really.
And of course, 2 more events to come, so still plenty to play out this week. You're obviously one of the faces of this sport becoming seemingly a younger person's game, but there is still a great sprinkling of experience, and it must be great to be here amongst, as you said, some of the best bowlers, not only of today but of yesteryear as well, to learn from them and to pick up a little hint or two along the way.
Yeah, it's always fantastic. Every game here, it's always different. You're always either in it, different shots, you're playing against the most experienced players, so it's such a young side for us. All Victorians playing at the same club, really gives us a good experience to play against all these players. So we're pretty wrapped with it so far. Just missing out. Got 2 more events, sort of got used to it, and give it a go.
I guess the battle is just behaving yourself in between events, because obviously when you finish early there's a few temptations around. Just before I let you go and get back to the boys in the commentary box, the last couple of years for all sports have been really badly affected because of COVID. You're aspiring obviously with some national representative duties, and I guess the sky's the limit. Have you set yourself any goals over the next 12 months, or is it the old cliche, one event at a time?
I just try and look one thing at a time, really. You can't look too far ahead. I think you just got to stay grounded and just look one game at a time and try and do your best throughout every event and see where that brings you.
It's a pretty good approach, I would have thought. Mate, all the best for the next couple of events. Enjoy the rest of the finals this evening, and we look forward to seeing you in action over the coming days.
Cheers, thank you.
Back to you, Sam.
And it looks like we're going to keep going.
Yeah, and I guess that just shows you what the class of Bushy, Bushy and I played juniors against each other 20 years ago, and, he's a great bloke then, and he's matured even to a better bloke. So, that just gives the confidence to Harley and to Ray to know that their teammate has absolute faith in them, that they'll go out and do the job. So, and that's shown in the final tonight.
So you're right, it's 37 adrift, 68-31. If you're going to win it, and they need a toucher.
There's a toucher.
And Barry Lester provides, and look at it nestle up.
To be honest, he's probably a little bit stiff. He wanted the toucher, but he doesn't want it to be covered up like that. He wants to be able to see the jack again. So,
is he? Maybe my camera angle is not great, but I thought he still had a little vantage point of it. There's a sliver
of the jack, but
yeah.
Look at Harley straight back down.
Wow.
Has he got it? No, he hasn't. But what a great effort.
That would have just re-slammed the door, wouldn't it? So we keep it interesting as we head into the 5th. Barry Lester with an opening toucher. Makes it 34 points.
Well, I think this has nearly got to be toucher or shake hands, hasn't it?
I think you're right.
What's he? No,
It's
he's under
narrow.
it. Yep.
Yeah. A couple of people in the crowd suggesting time
They
to
should
shake
shake
hands.
hands, yep.
Someone's obviously got a dinner reservation that they're keen to get to. This is going to shut the door here if that can... No.
No.
Oh,
Opens
but
it up.
So you get a clear look now at the jack.
What's another toucher? 37 crossover gets them to 40. Oh, mate.
Well, Journey Don't Stop Believing is playing.
Well,
Aaron
yeah.
Sheriff.
Yeah.
Is that
It's a little ironic,
serendipitous?
isn't
Has
it?
someone done that on purpose?
No, that's it.
Yeah,
that's all
that's
over.
going to be it there.
Shake hands.
And they
yeah.
are
She's done
shaking
now.
hands. Gary Kelly shakes hands with Ray Pearce, and Barry Lester does the same with the rising star Harley McDonald. Such an assured display from this Geelong Clippers lineup. They take on 2 internationals from the Dandenong Club in Barry Lester and Northern Ireland's Gary Kelly, and they have dominated this. Wrapped up before the completion of 5 ends, 68-34, and the Geelong Clippers win the first event final of the UBC. $40,000 going to the Clippers. They got through the Cyclones in the preliminary. They beat the Exodus in the quarters. They were too good for North Queensland, who knocked out the highly fancied Warilla Gorillas. And they came to play in the final, and they made a statement early, 19-8 after the first end, 38-13, and when after 3 it got to 54-18. It was always going to be a very, very wide bridge to cross. Let's head down to our man Chris Green with the victorious Geelong Clippers, Harley McDonald, Ray Pearce and Nathan Bush.
We are the champions in the background. I'm here with the champions. Event 1 at UBC Ultimate Week 1, Geelong Clippers, Harley McDonald, Nathan Bush, Ray Pearce. The two on the outside, they delivered the goods on the TV rink tonight, but it was Nathan Bush who was all confidence when he was with us in the commentary box and all night. Bushy, a very awesome display by the guys.
Yeah, I'm just so proud of them, to be honest. They played the clutch bowls when they needed to, and also just to support each other on the green. That's what we're all about, and just so proud of them. So proud.
We spoke in the commentary box about what we thought it was going to come down to was the lead battle, and we think it did, because we saw Harley jump right on, and it was just another awesome display to add to the list of displays he's put on tonight, Razor.
Well, I mean, I think Harley's got the man of the finals, to be honest. He's been on heat, and I mean, that's the idea of the format too, is, you know, to make sure you get that start, and he's done his job and some.
And pretty much, Harley, all you needed for Razor to do this game was just do covering shots and just around the back, clapping his hands. Did he help you out with the bowls cloth, or are you still looking for a bowls cloth?
Still looking, mate. My hand's a bit yellow from the chalk he's got, but yeah, nah.
No, that's good to hear. Well, the presentation is going to be very shortly. Before we get to the presentation, is there any shout-outs for any family members, supporters you want to do?
Oh, look, yeah, just to all the support crew and the everyone that supported us financially, and through the franchise and all the sponsors and all the rest of it, and everyone back home that's cheered us on. Back at Deer Park for Nathan Bush, Tarrant Point for both Harley and I, and all our family and friends. It's been great, and congratulations to the UFC and all the franchises and supporters of the UFC. It's been ages to get back on the green, and it's done an amazing job, Event 1.
Well said, Razor. And one of you is probably going to have to make a speech at the presentation, so I'll leave anything else there. But guys, have a little bit of a celebration before you get up there. Maybe grab yourself a little bit of a quick drink, and we'll head to the presentation very shortly. Well done, guys.
A very, very happy Geelong Clippers lineup. Well, we knew it was going to be a battle out there, and Ray Pearce dropping UFC. That goes to show you how confrontational and combative it was out there. Of course, he meant the UBC, but when you've just won $40,000, well, you can be forgiven for maybe just misquoting the competition itself. But geez, he played well. Don't worry about what he has to say on the mic. Worry about how he sends them down. And we've been talking a lot about the consistency of young Harley McDonald, who really announces himself, and I know how proud you'd be of him. But Ray Pearce, in the big moments, he came up with clutch plays, telling plays. Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I think, Harley shone in the final, but, Razor played two big ones against the Darwin Cyclones in the prelim. He played the big one against us in the quarterfinal. So, he played the massive bowls to get him to that point, and, Harley rewarded him in the final and thanked him for what he'd done in the previous games by playing absolutely brilliant in the final.
He had the radar locked in, didn't he,
Yeah.
Harley? It's been great to have you with us too, Aaron Sheriff, and I hope this sets a scene for what's to come, as you say, over the next couple of days. Now that you've had a look at every team in a fair bit of detail, obviously Geelong we know, but are there some other teams you've seen where you think, keep an eye out for these guys, because you think they could do some damage over the next two events?
Yeah, well, I think the Colts, they've showed that they're no one to be. Well, they're a great team. North Queensland Roos, what a story. Damien McGee's a great supporter of this event, and he had Shannon McElroy and Brett Wilkie, and they struggled to get through. And he's put himself out there this time and played absolutely brilliant. Broadbeach Lions there, Scotty Thalborn, they've probably underachieved in the first one, so look out for them moving forward. And yeah, I mean, Benny Twist is going to come back for the Streaky Bay Sharks. God, who knows? I mean, the quality was phenomenal, you know, for the first 2 days, and the guys are only just getting a handle on the rink. So, you know, having different UBC challenges and wild cards and all that throws in a whole different spanner in the works. So, yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see.
Our winners, the Geelong Clippers. Let's go to our Master of Ceremonies, Benny Jones.
To the presentations of the first Ultimate Bowls week of 2022, held here at the magnificent Dandenong Bowling Club. We'd also like to thank our wonderful and generous sponsors, in no particular order: Specsavers, Apia, Audica, Sports Centre, Ryman Healthcare and Henselite. Without these sponsors, it's difficult to get events like this off the ground, so we'd like to once again acknowledge all of our sponsors for their amazing support. We'll now proceed with our presentations for Event 1, and before we welcome to the stage to collect their medals our winners and runners-up, I'd first like to announce the winner of our Golden Touch Award for Event 1. Please join me in congratulating Scott Thorborn from the Broadbeach Lions. Well done, Scott. Now the event, of course, Event 1 culminated in an exciting final. It was a little one-sided in the end, but of course both sides putting in their best efforts and having a wonderful Event 1. We'll begin by congratulating our runners-up for Event 1 of the Ultimate Bowls Week, and that was the Dandenong Club. Representing the Dandenong Club, we have Gary Kelly, Barry Lester and Wayne Turley. Along with their medals, they'll walk away with a very nice $20,000. Hard work convincing one of the boys to come and chat. We're going to get Wayne Turley to come up and say a few words on behalf of the Dandenong Club. You've been dobbed in, Wayne.
Thanks very much. First of all, congratulations to the Geelong Clippers. Too good in the final tonight. Well done, guys. Great effort to our boys, to Baz and Gary. They played brilliant for the finals. I probably wasn't there, but to everyone, thank you to Dandenong Club. Once again, the volunteers, the supporters, to their board of Dandenong, thank you for supporting us, but also to the whole event. The staff behind the scenes have been brilliant. So thanks very much. Appreciate the volunteers and look forward to the next couple of events. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Wayne. Well done again to the Dandenong Club side. What a way to start the week. Event 1, and you've got the silverware. Well done to our Event 1 champions, who not only will take home that very nice looking trophy, but they will also take home $40,000 as their winner's check. Congratulations and well done to the Geelong Clippers. Representing the Geelong Clippers, we have Ray Pearce, Nathan Bush and Harley McDonald. To say a few words on behalf of the Clippers, we've got Nathan Bush.
Thanks very much. First of all, I'd just like to thank UBC, Mark and his crew, for getting this event up and running. It's been a tough 24 months for everyone, but it's just great to be a part of it once again. To the sponsor of the UBC, we appreciate your support within this. Hats off to Dandenong, not only on the green, but also off the green. Running an event of this size is not easy, but you've done it with distinction, so congratulations. I'd just like to thank Harley and also Ray. They've been amazing. We're incredibly proud as owners to have these guys represent Geelong and the Geelong Bowls Club. Credit to themselves, and also just for the format of the UBC, a player like Harley wanting to go that next step, it's just a great grounding playing in the UBC and getting some awareness as well. And thanks to all the competitors as well. It's been an amazing couple of days, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of events. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Nathan, and once again, congratulations to the Geelong Clippers. So that's one event down, 2 to go. we once again put our hands together and congratulate both of our finalists in the Dandenong Club and our champions for Event 1, the Geelong Clippers. Well done, boys.
On behalf of myself, Sam Hargraves, Chris Green, the whole team that puts the show together behind us, for our sponsors, Audica, Specsavers, Apia, Ryman Healthcare as well, to all the commentators, players that stepped through, Aaron Sheriff, thanks so much for your company. Have a great night. Stay safe. The UBC is proudly supported by Ryman Healthcare, Henselite, Sports Centre, Audica, Specsavers, Apia, and the Dandenong Club.